we will discuss the difference between transitive and intransitive verbs. This lesson is also the base lesson for a lot of advanced grammar topics such as voice. So let's start. To understand this topic, we need to first learn some basic things about sentence structure. Let's take an example sentence, and that is, the boy hit the ball with his hockey stick. In a sentence, we usually have a subject in the beginning. Subject is that entity being talked about or which performs some action. In this sentence, the boy is the subject and he performs the action hit on the object, which is the ball. The word denoting action hit is the verb. The object, which is the ball in this sentence, receives the action of the verb hit and it's called the direct object. Some sentences have two objects, like the one I am about to show you on your screen. She gave the beggar some money. In this sentence, she is the subject and she performs the action gave on two objects. Gave whom? The answer is the beggar. And gave what? The answer is some money. Some money is the direct object and the beggar is the indirect object in this sentence. Action verbs are further classified as transitive or intransitive depending on whether or not they take objects after them. A transitive verb requires an object after it to complete its meaning. For instance, the girl ate. We can't end the sentence here. We have to answer the question, the girl ate what? And the answer is the object, an ice cream cone. Verbs like kick, want, paint, write, eat, clean are normally transitive. On the other hand, intransitive verbs do not require an object to complete their meaning. If we take for instance the sentence, the girl smiled. On its own, the verb in this sentence is complete. You don't need to ask the girl smiled what. It sounds absurd. But we can add an adverb like innocently after the verb smile. Please note the word innocently describes the verb, but it's not an object. Verbs like arrive, go, lie, sneeze, sit and die are normally intransitive and they can't take an object after them. Some more example sentences, going through which we will discuss a few more salient points. For the following sentences on transitive verb, the verb is highlighted in blue color and the direct object in red. The boy kicked a football. She wants money. The girl wrote him a letter. My mother cleans our house every day. Ram killed Ravan. So, just to reiterate a point, a transitive verb must take an object after it, which is the answer to the question, what or who received the action of the verb. Now notice the intransitive verbs in the following sentences. Her grandfather died yesterday. Our guest has arrived at the airport. Watching the sitcom, we laughed uncontrollably. I sat or lied on my favorite reclining chair. I sneezed because of the cold. In these sentences, the underlined words or phrases in green are not objects because though they follow the verb, they don't answer the question what or whom. These, including prepositional phrases such as at the airport, on my favorite reclining chair, function as adverbs. So just remember, for intransitive verbs, either the sentence ends at the verb, else it is immediately followed by a prepositional phrase or adverb, but never an object. Now, the highlight of the topic. Some verbs are such that the same verb can be transitive in one sentence and intransitive in other. Let's have a few examples. The verb write. Miss Gupta writes poetry. Transitive. She writes well. The same verb writes is intransitive. The verb study. We study science. Transitive. Some students study at night. The same verb study is intransitive here. The verb fly. Boys fly kites on Lodi. Transitive. Boys fly what? The answer is the object kites. Birds fly in the sky. Intransitive. Birds fly is a complete sentence on its own. Fly here doesn't need and doesn't take an object after it. The phrase in the sky is not an object. It functions as an adverb. And this one is really funny. The verb collapse. The monster collapsed the building by sitting on it. Transitive. The building collapsed. This sentence ends at the verb collapsed. The verb is intransitive. Now, a short quiz to test your understanding of the topic. Directions are, in the following sentences, tell whether the verb that is being used is transitive or intransitive. And the answers are